Hello and welcome to episode 51 of the Isla Paradiso bunch. We still have Hayley, Josephine, Judy, Jeannie, Sam, Diana, Craig and Muriel. We will all be going home shortly, but not just yet. We're picking up with Judy today because Craig's finished his adventures for the moment, and the adventure she's currently working on is preparing the bribe. You've made the right and profitable choice in signing up with Morku Corp. I need to buy off some officials in town, but they refuse to accept perfectly legal Morku dollars. I'm far too busy to dig up the 5 hunks of copper they want, but am willing to pay you to do so. What do you think? Well, Judy obviously thought that was quite a good idea, and she's headed off into the wilds of Al-Samhara, or Egypt, to locate some copper. Now, although she's got the collection helper, I've decided that once she's got her 5 hunks of copper that she needs, that she might as well collect a bit more, and we'll go with her and enjoy some of the sceneries around Egypt. And that broom she is using is a lifetime reward that I bought from Lifetime Happiness Points, and it's a flying vacuum. She's just on the island there where the copper quarry is. If you remember a few episodes ago, we did the copper quarry with Sam. So she's arrived in town, and now she's going to have to run through town to get to the other side, of course. And when she gets there, she'll jump back on her broom or her flying vacuum and head out into the wilderness on the other side of the bridge. That old lady seems to be walking around a lot, doesn't she? Wherever that seems to go, they seem to be bumping into her. I thought there was going to be a collision there, but they seem to have avoided each other. There's a lot of Egyptians out today running around. Yes, there's a bit of copper there she's just picked up. So now she's got all the copper she needs. So whatever she gets after this is extras she can take home with her. And it is useful to have extra copper, because you get these adventures in any of the worlds to deliver copper, and sometimes it can be quite a large amount of copper. And if you don't have it, and you're in a world where there isn't much copper to be found, you've just got to wait until you come back to Egypt. And sometimes it's in the middle of an adventure train, and you can't just delete that one and go on to something else. There's that heat shimmering in the distance. We've been inside tombs a lot in the last few episodes, but this one we're out in the open. There will be a tomb, but near the end, when she delivers the copper, then she will have to go into a tomb. But it's a different sort of tomb. It's a fun tomb. Sort of. They're all fun tombs, aren't they? That water looks so wet in the distance there. I will get her a new umbrella eventually. And when she gets a new umbrella, I'll get her to upgrade it so it doesn't break. But this one seems to be protecting her from the sun, just a little bit at least. I've got all of the expansion packs and stuff packs installed, so I don't always know what pack various things came with, because I've had them all installed since each one as they came out. So I'm not sure where that flying vacuum came in. It possibly came with Supernatural, which is when the witches came in. There's nice little green patches every so often. That's the pyramids that Craig just finished working through. That big pyramid. That's episode 50, finishing that off, the Great Pyramid. There's a pile of copper there, and I'll get her to go and collect some of that before I send her to report in. It's the ocean. Most of the Sims worlds have oceans in them somewhere. Some of them don't, they just have rivers, but Egypt's got an ocean as well as a river. There's usually sailing boats sailing around in their oceans as well. If you continue watching the series of videos, once they've completed their world adventures, and I consider it completed when they've collected the tomb collection from each of the worlds. So when they've completed their collection of the tomb collection objects for each world, I'm going to start them travelling around the various store worlds. And I've got a lot of builds that I've put on the exchange. And when we go to the store worlds, I will be showcasing a different build with each world. In Isla Paradiso, there is the Carnival on the Water lot, which has got a seasonal marker on it, and if you've watched the earlier videos in this series, you would have seen them visiting that lot a few times. It's got a Showtime stage as well, so Diana has been there performing a couple of times. There's carousel, restaurants, swimming pool, gyroscopic conductor. Apparently that gyroscopic conductor was a special thing from, I don't know, it was from Showtime, but it might have been limited edition or something. I'm not sure. But so if you don't have it, you'll at least see it in action if you go to Carnival on the Water, which is in Isla Paradiso and has been seen in a few of my earlier videos. And it's also available on the exchange, but of course if you don't have the gyroscopic conductor and you download it, it won't come with the world. Not with the world, with the lot that I've made. You only get the things that you actually own when you download things from the exchange. It'll probably be replaced by something silly, some little automatic object. Those tall columns in the background just a minute ago, there's a little tomb in there. You got to find the steps to go down into it. It's only one room, and it is part of one adventure in that you have to visit it, but you don't actually have to go and do any adventuring in it. It's only got one treasure chest. But if you're looking for treasure, there's usually some treasure in there, and also some ancient coins. Sometimes you'll collect bugs if you're looking for insects. And you get to see the scenery and pick up lots of metals and things while you're at it. She's almost back to the point where she will hop onto her flying vacuum. There she is now. Now she'll be reporting in, I'd suspect. So there's that gold star showing where she's got to report in. The star in the circle, actually it's a white star in a gold circle. Mahmud Taimur is the Egyptian she is reporting into. And of course, he's happy to get the copper. And now, delivering the bribe. This will work out great. Let me just package this up in a standard Morku Corp bribe box. One of the head merchants, Nefri Hawass, will accept this bribe to pay off the workers. Deliver this package to Nefri Hawass, and she should give you some useful information. A location to be exact. This location will be where the opposition to our work here keeps most of their information. We need to get in there and find some things. Objective: deliver the package to Nefri Hawass to receive some visa points and information. So that's where she's off to now, to the market, to try to find Nefri Hawass, who is the special merchant. That's the person they've got to go to later on to spend their ancient coins they're finding. Black bag job. The bribe goes a long way to earning the support of the local merchants. As for the information you seek, the people who hate Morku Corp have established a secret base at the edge of town. I believe Mahmud Taimur wants you to infiltrate this base and steal information from their computers. I consider my efforts in this complete. I went into map view to see where the star was in the gold circle, and it wasn't visible. So that indicated to me that something was wrong. I eventually worked out which house it was that I had to go to, and I discovered that there was nobody home. So I next assumed that whoever lives in that house is probably been designated one of the merchants and would therefore never be home during the whole game. So I added a sim of my own to the household, and the star appeared. The objective of this particular adventure is infiltrate the Resistance's secret base, find the computer room and hack the computer, and then report to Mahmud Taimur to earn some ancient coins. So this is the house. Now, if you were watching earlier videos, you'll know that Craig has been working for the Resistance, and Judy is working for Morku Corp. And the Resistance is against Morku Corp, of course. So that's the sim I added to the game. I haven't used her very often, and I've even forgotten her name. But she is in my big game. I think her name's Carly. So Judy's arrived. Now there's a few clues that you need to get before you enter the secret room. And what you need are numbers. So you need a pen and paper at this point to write, if you're doing this yourself, to write down the numbers that you get given. The first one is to go into use the toilet. And when you flush the toilet, you'll see a message come up in the top right hand corner of the screen. There is something taped to the underside of the handle. The note is old and brittle, but you are able to make out the faded numbers 2, 3, 4, 1. written on the faded paper. Then she clicks onto the stereo to turn it on, and another note pops up, and it says, "As the dusty old stereo comes back to life, your sim notices a tape still in the cassette player. The numbers 8249 loop over and over again. Strange." There's one more clue to be found in the house. You need to write those numbers down, by the way. And the clue's in the bookcase, but unfortunately she can't use the bookcase because there's no books in it. So I've used one of my mods. It's NRES makes it, Debug Enabler, and I used it to sort the inventory. And that produced another message in the top right hand corner. "A loose piece of paper falls out of the bookcase. It reads 617. What could that mean? Well, it helps if you've got those numbers written down because you need them here. As you can see, there's a grid there, and the first piece of paper said 2341. So she stands on square 2, and then she moves across to square 3 and stands on it. You see how those doors are moving? She's got to line them all up so that she can walk through there. The next number was 4, so she'll go to grid 4 and stand on it. And the final number that she needs to stand on is 1, which is the first one. It's the top left-hand corner you start counting at. So that's it. She's done it. There is, if you can't quite see it, up at the bottom of the screen at the back, you can see there's, just underneath that light, it's hidden by the dashboard. That one there will reset the numbers if you haven't got the numbers written down, because you can work it out just by watching the doors, how the doors move. This is actually the first time I've done it by writing down the numbers. I normally just work it out as I go along. It's not too difficult. Just takes a bit longer. So now she's come to the next room, and we've got two numbers. One of them is 8249, which is where she got from the stereo, but there isn't a grid number with footprints on it for the 9. It only goes up to 7, so it must be the numbers that she got from the bookcase, which is 617. So she'll stand on. Well, actually, what I did first was I tried to use the numbers that she got second that was from the stereo, but of course it won't fit. However, you see how that bottom one has gone red? She goes back over there to stand on that, and you can then reset. It's as if you hadn't been there before. So that resets the puzzle, and we'll try the other numbers, 617. So she'll go across to grid number 6, counting from the top left corner, where the top left footsteps will be number 1. What's she doing now? Are we going to do it wrong again, are we? Just to show it that that red light comes on. Let's go reset it again. Okay, let's do 6. It's still red light, but we know we're on the right track now. 1. I suppose the 7 would have worked if we'd have just gone 716, but 617 is what was written down. That'll be why that 7 showed a green as well. And now number 7. See how that red wasn't quite as intense as she was working towards it? Right, now those doors are all open and she can walk through it. When you're completely wrong, that red tile is really bright red, but when you've got it partly right, it's sort of red, but it's not really bright red. Now, as you know, we've got 3 numbers and we've used 2 of them, so there's got to be another set of numbers to go through. And here it is. Just got to wait for that. These numbers are 8, 2, 4, 9. That's 8. See how that red is there, but it's not really intense? 2. The next one's 4. When all the doors are lined up properly, the whole thing will go green. And then we've got to do a 9. There we go, it's done. Now that pathway is open, and she can go down to the next level. See what's waiting down there for her. Must have been drawing what's on the next level then when she had a little pause. Often in these tombs, when the steps appear, the sim will actually stop walking for a second or 2 while it sets up the next level. So it's all ready for them. Now there's a door there. She better go through it. We'll see what's in there. Not a lot, just a little bathroom, and we're not going to worry about using that one because we have already got what we were looking for. Judy gets a message up in the top right corner of the screen. Judy just completed the legendary James Vaughan's Command Centre. Don't rest, as there are new adventures to be had. So she's got to go over there and hack that computer. That message just means that she's completed the tomb, and any sim coming along later on can do the same thing if they have to complete 6 tombs in a location. Just walking into the room will complete the tomb, but not the adventure. And that is the Egyptian sigil of the James Vaughan Command Centre. So it's one more part of the tomb collection for Egypt. That was very important. I think there's 13 parts to the Egypt tomb collection. I know one world's got 13, the other 2 have got about 9, I think. So this is getting very close to the end of the video. We'll just, as soon as she's hacked the computer, that will be it. Because we'll start the next part of the adventure in the next video. So this one isn't quite as long as some of the others have been. And it's still long enough, I think. I hope you've enjoyed it. She's having troubles. But she'll get there. She's still got a few more steps to do in this adventure chain, but the next episode, which will be episode 52, will complete her adventure chain, and they'll be heading back to Isla Paradiso, which is the bit that I'm really looking forward to because I'm missing the toddlers. So that's it, she's done it. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. She's got to go and report in now, but we won't watch that happen. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and bye-bye for now.